Hello, it's Nikki, and welcome to a Genshin event watch through. So we're watching someone else's footage. I'm going to be linking their video down below so you can go and like it and give them a view as well as appreciation. I'm going to be giving my commentary over their silent playthrough, and then at the very end we'll have a character log where I'll get into the nitty-gritty of my thoughts on characters, new characters, old characters, and so forth. So let's get into it. Hello, Catherine. Good old cat. OG cat. Oh. Meteor. Oh shit. Strange power? Wow, so from what I remember of Mona's story and what she said about the stars, like stars are really important. So falling stars probably is a... I don't know if that's a good thing. Might be a bad omen. Oh. This character, okay. Okay, the bird talks. Loyal subjects. What the heck? Oh, she's part of the guild. Wait, previously. Oh, wait, did we encounter this character before? Brawline? Okay. Pairs? Alright. Is she like princessin? Oh, she's... Wait, so... What? She's from a different world? Okay. Oh, lowly traveler. Excuse the hell out of you. Oh. I also have a small floating pet that talks. Paimon. Interesting. It's so weird to see Aether. It's really bizarre. Oh, they have Diluc. I approve of this. All right, so they're all like deeply asleep, which is odd.
どうやら想定よりもひどいようですね。
祝福の鐘が鳴り、断罪の時が来た。あがめなさい。
Oh my god.
ここに降臨した
Yeah,
わ。
okay.
皇女様はやる気満々だな。
Not sure what her deal is yet. I don't know what to make of her.
凡人、無礼を許してあげるから、詳細を報告しなさい。
誰？
Yeah, you're gonna just talk to somebody like
すい
that?
ません。患者に関する情報をお聞きしたいんです。
ああ、オイラたちは冒険者協会のメンバーで調査の依頼を受けてきたんだ。
ああ、そうなのか。昨日の夜、この人が隕石に触った瞬間、気を失ったんだ。君たちも隕石に触れないよう気をつけた方がいいよ。
無用の忠告ね。私には秘術の加護があるの。黒い結晶なんて怖
What
く
are
な
you
い
talking
わ。
about? He's
お
warning
嬢
you.
様、公女たるもの、進化の還元は聞くべきかと。
仕方ないわ。従ってあげる。お前も冒険者たるもの、忠告は
I'm
聞
on.
いておくべきかと。
Nope.
みー、たまにはこういう口調も悪くないもんだな。
I don't want to get used to that. That's for sure.
千の世界の悲願をそうやすやすと理解できるわけないわ。まあいい。あなたにとって断罪の皇女の運命は重すぎるものね。ここにも倒れている人がいるぞ。騎士よ、皇女の質問に答えなさい。
もう一日中眠ってて目覚める気配がないんだ。ないかな。でもたまに寝言を言うんだ。
もう歩けない。少し休もう。
何してるんだろう。闇の夢はエデンの果実を加えた獣のようで、その目は弱者を深淵へと誘う。
Abyss? Does she mean like the abyss, or is she just being like dramatic?
まだ証拠はありませんが、お嬢様の勘はよく当たるんです。
もう少し聞いて回るか。
こんにちは。私は患者さんのお世話を担当しているシスターのエドナです。
What can you tell us, sister?
沼のボートよ。
すみませんが、
Heinous
こち
heathen!
らの患者は何か言っていましたか？
仕事に戻るとか言っていたような。
酒が
深く眠っていますね。
普通の夢じゃないわ。
Curse?
呪いよ。起こせたりしないのか？
試してみたけど、目を覚ましてもしばらくするとまた眠ってしまうの。
起きた時
This is I'm being quiet because this is different than anything
寒
we've
いと
seen
口にする
before.
夢を見たと言っていたわ。
Forcefully being asleep? That's new.
雪山の悪魔による呪いかしら。泉の精霊が守る清泉町も悪魔に狙われるようになったの。少し厄介だけど、この私断罪の。
邪魔してすまないが少し時間あ
Thank you,
るか。
Draff.
何かあったのか？
まあ少し言いにくいんだが、裏山にも隕石があってな。エレンのやつが一人で見に行ってしまったんだ。
Oh
お前たち
shit.
も隕石の危険性を知ってるだろう。何か起きる前に一緒にあいつを探してほしいんだ。
Sure
や
thing.
つ、こんな時に心配かけさせるなよ。
だな。あいつを見つけたら説教しなきゃならん。
よし、早く探しに行こうぜ。
All right.
いたぞ。
Rescue
何してるん
Alan.
だ。
す 我が支柱の糸に絡めとった。
ああ、死ぬかと思った。
エレン、もう二度と迷惑かけるなよ。
Not the
ごめ
finger.
んなさい。もう二度と勝手な行動はしないよ。
迷惑かけてすまなかったな。後でちゃんと説教しとくから。
ちゃんと言うことを聞けよな。なんなんだろうな。あ、工場、その神の目光ってるぞ。この幽水な比喩に込められた力が運命の挽歌を奏でていることにこうも早く気づくとは。あ、神の目って何かに反応するものなのか。世界の幽水、群生のささやき、魔界の呪い、それからなあ、もう分かりづらいぞ。
失礼しました。お嬢様は属性の言葉に詳しくありませんので。
だから通訳が必要なのか。
私は通訳ではなく、お嬢様の意思を代わりに伝えているだけです。ちなみに神の目に影響を与
Okay.
えられるのは
It would have been so much simpler if she just, said this. But, alright.
よくやったわ、オズ。
This is like one of the worst people to get paired with for an investigation. She never says outright what she thinks.
理解できないのだから。
I imagine how frustrating that would be when you're trying to like decode a mystery and you have a partner who's like who speaks in riddles and doesn't ever say anything plainly. So you're putting in like double the mental energy to figure out what's wrong. Interesting though that the meteor reacts to elemental energy. That is peculiar. Wait, well, how do we get rid of them? We don't know anything about it yet.
これこそが事件の元凶なのでしょうか。
祝福の制約の名にかけて、これら隕石こそが悪夢の根源よ。
Alright. So we found it and then we're gonna just leave it there. We should probably, shouldn't we like section it off or something? It's so dangerous. I guess everyone knows not to touch it now, right?
さっき裏山の隕石を片付けたんだけど、患者さんたちは良くなったか？
おかげさまで2人が目を覚ましました。
まだ眠いな。
Okay, so they woke
よ
up?
かった。この方法はいけるぞ。
周りの隕石をすべて片付ければ。
いいお知らせですね。
この工女が手を貸したんだから、これくらいの結果がないとね。そういえばさ、夢の中で何を見たんだ？
Ooh, good
寒い
question.
中、山道を歩いて
A
たと
mountain
しか。
path.
多分雪山だと思う。
That sounds like dragon spine,
とかは？
doesn't it? That's the only mountain path with ice and snow we know of.
夢の中じゃ体が言うことを聞かないみたいで。
やはり呪いね。なんて嘆かわしい土地かしら。とにかく
I don't know. What constitutes a curse?
あとは効率の問題だ。
Like, was he just overloaded with elemental energy? Because it seems like none of the victims are vision holders. So maybe the elemental energy did something to them?
街
Possibly?
の状況はどうだ？
ああ、お前たち。おかげで少しは良くなったぞ。
Kind of like how Zhao's energy like can harm people. And maybe it's something like that.
ちょうどよかった、旅人。私の崇高なる理想があなたを呼んだようね。これから死者に会うから準備なさい。
Okay.
死者？外交のか？
まだ知らないんだな。アデリンという女性がお前たちを暁ワイナリーに招待したいみたいだぞ。
Yes, we get to see Diluc! Please!
暁ワイナリーのメイド長が？
ああ、知り合いなんだな。
そのようですね。
そういえば公女の話、 前にはわかるか？おいらにはさっぱりだよ。
The travelers trying
そ
their
ろそろ
best.
行きましょうか。
アデリン、お菓子を用意してくれてるといいな。
I just care about Diluc. Hopefully we get to go see Diluc.
皆さん、暁ワイナリーへようこそ。メイド長のアデリンです。
Hello. Is
招待してくれてありがとうな。
is Master Diluc home?
アデリン、よろしい。この公女と共にお茶することを許しましょう。
Okay.
アデリン様、我が主断罪の公女フィッシュル、それから私をお招きいただき、
自己紹介はいいから、お前たちの肩書きは長すぎるんだよ。
あら、個性的な冒険者ですね。
白き使徒よ。公女の外交を邪魔しないでちょうだい。
The traveler's like, okay.
ハルトマンという従業員が隕石の件に巻き込まれてしまったのですが、
Oh no.
皆さんが隕石を壊した後、ハルトマンが目を覚ましたと聞きました。そのお礼に招待いたしました。それから皆さんにお願いしたいことが。
Oh,
オイラたちは
what's wrong? What can we do to help the winery? You have my rapt attention.
よろしい。喜びなさい。清泉町に私の守護の光が永劫に輝くことになるでしょう。
Flash eternal.
当ててみるから、まだ通訳するなよ。どういたしましてって意味だな。
こんな早くお嬢様のお心を理解するとは、さすがパイモン様。
暁ワイナリーのビジネスは
The traveler's just like trying to stay on topic. Oh my
荷物の運
gosh.
搬は数日かかりますが、昨日戻る予定だった2人と今も連絡がつかないのです。巻き込まれたのではないかと心配で。ワイナリーは今人手不足ですので、皆さんに様子を見てきていただきたいのです。
Okay.
なるほどな。人探しは得意だから。
So some sort of delivery's gotten messed up.
リーネからだと必ず石門を通りますから、そこを探してみてください。運搬用の馬車は2台。従業員の名前は
Fritz and Ben. Okay.
酒をたくさん積んだモンドの馬車を探してるんだけど、見かけなかったかな。
そうね、見てないわね。
そっか、ありがとう。
Okay. Yeah, maybe let's ask, I feel like asking the guy, the tea guy, yeah, he might probably know. This person is just like me. Getting all the shinies.
モンドからのキャラバンを見かけなかったか？
すまない、目が悪いんだ。他の人に聞いてくれ。
おう。モンドからの馬車を2台探してるんだけど、見かけなかったか？
モンドの馬車、一台ここを通ったような気がするが。
本当か？どっちに向かったんだ？
確かモンドの方へ向かったと思う。
ありがとう。助かったよ。
Okay. I don't know why we were asking folk. Shouldn't we have just started down the path?
魔物がたくさんいるぞ。
Okay, we gotta rescue them.
びっくりした。ありがとう。君たちが来なかったら俺は死んでたかもな。
Man, dressed as a worker.
それともフリッツか？
え？俺はベンだけど、なんで名前を知ってるんだ？
アデリン様にご依頼され、助けに参りました。
戻ってこない俺を心配してくれたんだな。実はフリッツの馬車が隕石に破壊されて、まだ敵火州から石門までの大通りにあるん
Yeah.
だ。
Jesus, it got hit by a
俺が先に
meteorite.
荷物を運んで、
Hopefully he's
その
not
後彼を
dead.
迎えに行くつもりだったんだけど、
Dang.
まさか魔物に囲まれるとは。 結構時間が経ったし、フリッツが心配だ。様子を見に行ってくれないか。
Yeah, I mean, if he was hit by a meteor, we gotta go anyway. Who's that up there? Is this when Scaramouche was introduced? This little fucker. Wait.
おそらくいろいろ試したが眠ったままだ。
He's so sus! How are they not, like, immediately suspicious?
心配ない。術で処分した。
Magic?
ところで、こいつもってことは、他に同じ状況の人がいるのか？
Wait, what the hell is he doing investigating this? Yeah, I don't know what the heck Scaramouche is doing here. Like, since we know already, like, who he is and, like, what he's capable of, what do the Fatui want with the meteors?
そうか。隕石による影響は結構大きいんだな。
この格好、暁ワイナリーの人で間違いなさそうだ。
Did he kill Fritz?
きっと彼がフリッツだな。
特徴的な服ではないのに、パイモン様は観察力が鋭いのですね。
オイラの記憶力はもっといいぞ。でも、この人と比べたら確かに特徴的じゃないもんな。
僕？
Okay.
そういう格好は初めて見たな。
僕は稲妻から来た不老に。彼を助
Okay.
けようとしたら君たちが現れたんだ。
Okay, so he says he's from Inazuma right off the bat.
依頼を受けたんだ。我が名は断罪の公女フィッシュル。人々の呼びかけに応じて参上したわ。
Interesting. I didn't think Scaramouche would pretend, like, not.
セピロス騎士団
I thought he would. He seems so unhinged
へえ。
when we interacted with
セピ
him.
ロス騎士団の栄養騎
It's
士なん
weird
だ
seeing him trying to employ tact
公女は出征した。
or trying to not say who he
制裁の
is.
雷が悪夢の種に粛清をもたらすこと期待しなさい。
Okay.
なんだい？
Yeah.
こういう
I
や
don't
つな
know.
んだ。気にするな。
おや、何かあったのか？
洗顔軍だ。ちょうどよかった。ここに寝てる人がいるぞ。
洗顔軍が来たなら僕はお役御免だな。君たちに出会えてよかった。用事があるから先に失
Did
礼す
he
る。
kill
健闘を祈るよ
Fritz?
冒険者たち。
Bye bye. Yeah, Paimon. It's so weird. I'm so biased towards Scaramouche because obviously he's tried to kill us and did horrible shit.
状況は把握した。
It's so weird to see the traveler not
洗顔軍が責任を持って
aggressive.
臨時収容所に送るよ。
I wonder when Scaramouche will show his cards,
大きなテントで
like his true
お世話してくれる人がい
intentions.
るようなところか。
ああ。ボージュル館に臨時収容所を作って
Because when we first encountered Scaramouche, or at least I did, in the Inazuma story,
それはいい
the
ですね。
traveler was always like the aggression was there already.
やっぱまだフリッツが心配だな。オイラたちも行ってみようぜ。
So so Fritz isn't dead.
特別に付き合ってあげるわ。
High key thought Scaramouche killed him. For some reason. I don't know why he would, but it doesn't seem like that's out of character.
やっぱりここも清泉町と大して変わらないな。呪いがここまで蔓延しているとは。天空よ、何に怒っているのか。おい、人の多いところで叫ばないでくれよ。
That's rich coming from Paimon. Telling someone else to keep their voice down? Yeah, Paimon? Yeah?
待て、何者だ？
冒険者協会の依頼で隕石を調査しに来たんだけど、こ
冒険者だったのか。ああ、もちろんだ。
どんな夢を見てるんだろう。
I don't see how sleeping on their stomachs like that is probably conducive
あ
to
の雪山の夢だよな。
rest.
フリッツさんはいないようです。他の人に聞いてみましょうか。
Yeah, where'd they take Fritz?
ここにも眠ってる人がいるぞ。苦しみの棘に束縛される魂。かわいそうに。どうか安らぎを。安らぎ？
Wait, he is?
もちろん早く治りますようにという意味です。
フリッツは
She made it sound like he was dead. God. She hasn't done anything like against the traveler, but like, why is she gotta be like that? We're in a tense situation, girl. You can't be like implying people are dying.
またですね。
Alright. Is this not
罪の
Fritz?
釘によって災いの柱に刺されたもの。
Yes.
実に不幸ね。
I agree with the traveler that we
この
should
者たちを
be
目
trying
覚
to
め
get
させる
everybody to
唯一
wake
の
up.
方法は制裁の雷よ。
お嬢様の言う通り、各地の隕石を壊せば皆さんも目覚めるはずです。
So maybe the meteorites somehow
フリッツはここに送られてないのか？
they react to elemental energy. Do they maybe steal people's energy
支配人に
or
聞いてみる
something?
か。
Hmm.
支配人、モンドの仕事着みたいなのを着た人はいないか？
その方でしたら先ほど洗顔軍の方に送られてきましたよ。客室の方で眠ってます。
彼の目が覚めたら早く暁ワイナリーに帰るように伝言を頼めるか？
承知しました。ところで一つお願いしたいことがあるのですが。
Are there more people that were
何か困り事でしょ
affected?
うか？
公女の私が助けてあげるから行ってみるといいわ。
隕石を調査しに来たと洗顔軍の皆さんから聞きまして。
Correct.
皆さんの話を聞いて、もしかしてモンドの方ではすでに治療法を見つけたのでしょうか？
おう、隕石を破壊すれば眠った人たちを元に戻せるぞ。
なるほど。昏睡の原因は隕石ということですね。
Hmm.
その通
Odd.
ではお願いできないでしょうか？旅館付近の隕石を何とかしてくれませんか？ありがとうございます。
あれは
Whoa, that one's
この隕石
huge.
は前に見たのよりこのサイズだと影響力が大きいだろうな。もっと周りを探してみよう。
Yeah, it's big. Jeez, this one's huge too.
ファデュイ、
Of course, the Fatui. Well, Scaramouche is in the area, so it makes absolute sense that the Fatui are around.
くそ、覚えとけよ。執行官様がお近くにいる。
Oh,
次は負け
yeah,
ないから
one
な。
is.
ファデュイも隕石を調べてるのか？しかも執行官までいるみたいだぞ。
This is a big
怪
deal.
しい。気をつけた方がいいな。悪夢の種がここまで厄介とは。夜のマヤで粛清はできてもキリがないわね。このままだと断罪の公女としての面目がないわ。
確かに破壊に勤しんではいますが、
Okay.
隕石の雨が今も大陸のどこかに降っているとしたら、
いくら壊してもキリがないな。私フィッシュル・バウン・ルフシュロス・ナフィードットは千の宇宙を旅してきたけど、
A thousand
これほど厄介な
worlds,
敵は
huh?
初めてよ。純粋な悪魔でもなく単純な秘術でもない。大地が人間を呪っているわ。呪っている？手に入れられない嘆きが諸行無常の運命と交錯することで呪いが生まれる。
Well, hey, it might have to do with destiny or fate because Mona said that, like, people's fate are in the stars and, like, they're tied to the stars and they're, like, constellations and stuff.
隕石って
So if meteors are falling, that could be, like,
人の呪いで
I
な
don't
け
know,
れ
that could be
ば
really bad.
人が目覚めないこともないでしょ。 死ねないのに生きてるとも言えない亡者。恐ろしいわ。とにかく油断禁物よ。私たちの力だけではこの闇とは戦えないわ。旅人、運命の人を呼んできなさい。誰だ？
One.
プロにお願いしようという意味です。呪いを払うことに関して何かお心当たりは？
おいらも思いつかない。とりあえずキャサリンに聞いてみるか？運命の時よ、キャサリン。祝福の制約はあなたに教えたはず。さあ、答えを。
そうですね。協力者が必要ということですか？
一瞬で理解できるなんて、キャサリンすごいな。
Dark
技術
magic.
関連はいませんが、先生術師でしたらいますよ。
Oh, right, Mona. Oh my gosh, I was talking about Mona this whole
モナさん
time.
がご存知ですか？
Figures that she would be involved. Of course, that makes so much sense.
なら問題ありませんね。
I don't know why we didn't go to Mona immediately. I feel like we should have done that, like, instantly.
誰か私を呼びましたか？
Oh, her outfit's different.
あら、あなたでしたか。それで何のご用でしょう？先生術は古くて神秘的な学問です。さまつなことでしたら遠慮させてもらいますから。実はな、隕石の雨がそんなことに。予想外でした。
So even she's stumped. That's concerning,
王
huh?
女とその仲間だけが光と影の合流する場所にいるわ。
モナ様の力が必要です。
あなたたちも一緒なんですか？私は断罪の公女フィッシュル・ボン・ルフシュロス・ナフィードット。同行を許可するわ。断罪の公女？どこかのお姫様ですか？夕夜浄土、いにしえのすでに滅びた国。
Okay.
それが私の
Can we get back to talking about the meteorites, please? People are in, like, peril, so...
知ってる凡人はそうそういないわ。凡人ではありません。凄腕の先生術師です。よくわかりませんが、占いをすればすぐにわかるはずです。
モナ様、どうかお気になさらず。故郷の話をするとお嬢様は悲しみます。あなたほどの方でしたら亡国の皇女の気持ちを理解できますよね。
Can we go back to the topic, please? Yeah, traveler, there we go.
つまり夢にとらわれた者たちを助けるのがあなたたちの目的。
Yes, we need to help them.
わかりました。このモナ、喜んで手伝います。ひとまず場所を変えましょう。地脈の流れがもう少し単純な場所がいいです。
Oh, interesting. Magical disturbance. What does that mean? Just like distractions, or it's like too loud or too many people, or is there like an elemental disturbance in the city? Do I take that at face value, or are we supposed to read between the lines with that? That could be interesting if there is some sort of disturbance within Mondstadt, like disrupting Mona's magic. But she practices, doesn't she practice in her apartment all the time? Practices her study?
ここなら広々としていて雲もありません。ここにしましょう。占いを始めます。視界に入らないよう
Oh,
後
right.
ろにいてください。
Let's see what Mona can figure out. Oh. Their game stuttered a little bit. I feel that. I feel that.
よくわからないけどすごそうだな。
Let's see. Was that my YouTube video, or was that just the game? Okay, it seems like it was the game. No worries. My game does this all the time.
よくわからないけどすごそうだな。軍政の使者よ。運命の目視録の探索は済んだかしら？
Yeah, what did you see?
何か結果は出たか？
Anything useful or important?
不思議です。こういう結果は初めて見ました。占いの結果によると、この隕石たちは誰かの命の
Oh
星座
shit,
ら
I
しいです。
was right about the constellation thing.
命の星座？命の星座って先生学の概念じゃないのか？ええ。しかし私は長い間先生術を研究してきましたので、皆さんの知らないことを知っています。命の星座の星屑は概念ではなく、実際に存在する星のことです。
Oh.
しかし、なぜか隕石となって落ちてきました。原因はまだ
Oh
わかりません。
god.
時間が必要です。
So it's essentially affecting people's
誰かが
fates.
呪いをかけたんだわ。呪い？私は聖棺をかけ、暗闇の威爆から真相を覗いたわ。呪われた大地、人の怨念。
Alright, even Paimon's getting tired of
苦
this.
しんで死んだ者だけがこれほどの憎しみを残す。
Vengeful
この
spirit?
土地の住民よ、一体誰がそんな大罪を犯したの？
I don't know if people
よ
summoned
くわ
it.
からないのですが、呪い？犯人？あまり深く考えなくてもいいからな。
Even the traveler's like,
パ
okay.
イモンと旅人が何やら目配せしてきてます。どういうことですか？ええ、わかりました。
Okay.
そう？わかったならよかったわ。軍政の使者よ。
So what is the actual analysis now that we have official making stuff up?
モナ様、よろしく。
契約を交わし、
How did this
その力を
happen?
捧げなさい。私たちには闇をかき分ける責任がある。
Like, is there a force that could summon them on Teyvat? I don't know. Or is it something like the heavens or something did? Like,
もちろんです。もっと褒めていい
well, I'll
ですよ。
compliment you more if you tell me more
運命の奇
of
跡
your
は
theories
補足し
here.
ました。これから隕石が墜落した位置を割り出します。
Trajectory of fate.
命の星座の詳細も調べますから、手がかりを入手したら教えてください。
Okay, so she's gonna go
この
study.
程度
Okay,
の占いは朝飯前ですから。
I
気に
appreciate
しない
it.
でください。
All right.
おかげで隕石をたくさん片付けられたぞ。あ、ちょうどよかったです。お願いしたいことがあります。この隕石が誰かの命の星座だって言ったのは覚えてますか？
Here we go. Here are the answers I want.
星々が突然落ちる。普通ではありえませんが、ただ事実として起こりました。この
Huh.
謎を解くには、命の星座の主を調べる必要があり
Yeah,
ます。
whose
隕
constellation
石の
was
影
it?
響を受けた者は雪山の夢を見ると言っていましたね。未知なる鉱山、雪に覆われた地、ドラゴンスカイのような知られた場所でもありません。
Oh, true.
皆さんが全く同じ夢を見たのか、また夢の中でどんな場所にいたのか、それが重要です。
Oh,
夢に
dreams
関す
have.
る情報を集めてきてくれませんか？情報が多いほど真相はつかみやすいですから。
Dreams can have, like, maybe more power in Teyvat than we realize.
あと、患者たちの話も聞かないとな。私は干渉を受けない場所にいないといけませんから、調査はお願いしますね。
Okay.
まだ行ってない場所とかあるかな？
リーウェには警察層という場所があります。人の多い場所ではありませんが、防除旅館のように患者を受け入れる場所にされている可能性があるかと思います。
Okay.
冒険者協会のものだけど、この辺りは隕石の影響を受けたか？
冒険者、ちょうどよかったよ。
Well,
ここ数
we're
日
here.
隕石がたくさん落ちてきて大変だったんだ。田んぼに落ちると収穫ができないし、家の前に落ちると出入りもできない。隕石をなんとかできないだろうか。本当に邪魔なんだ。
仕方ない。
目が覚めた患者はいませんか？
それはわからない。直接確認しに行った方が早いと思うよ。
Alright. Hopefully people woke up. Huh, he's still asleep.
あなたも苦しみの世界にいるのね。他の患者と症状が一緒だな。なあ、この患者は目を覚まさなかったか？
いや、たまに寝言を言うだけだ。
どんな寝言だ？
寒い、歩けないとか。
So interesting.
寒い
Again with the
地域
mountain.
山
And it's not dragon spine. Wait, so but didn't they destroy the meteors and it didn't wake anybody up? Or is this like a new area? Isn't this the same area? Hmm.
この患者は目を覚まさなかったか？
いや、
じゃあ寝言を言ってなかったか？
そういえば昨日は高いって言ったような気がする。
So this dream maybe is like teleporting their like souls or something somewhere?
高くそびえ立つ魔の山から流れる闇
That's so
の力。
peculiar.
あっちにも聞いてみよう。
The only mountain with like snow and ice that we know of is Dragon Spine, but it's not Dragon Spine. So it's somewhere we haven't been to as a player yet, I guess.
なあ、目を覚ました患者はいないか？
ああ、登録はさっき目覚めたよ。
Oh, okay.
お、探してくる。
でもさっきまで眠っていたから話を聞くなら優しく聞いてあげてくれ。
Let's see what he has to say.
お見舞いに来たわよ。
はあ、腹が減ったな。
Food.
大丈夫か？腹がすごく減ってるのか？
あ、ああ。
Aw. The traveler's like, I'll get you something.
食べたい。
警察層の郷土料理。警察の作物を使った料理だな。
Okay. Can we skip? There we go. Alright.
なあ、眠ってた時、夢を見なかったか？
ああ、見たよ。大変だった。
Exhausting dream.
なぜわかる？高くて寒い
Highest
雪山
mountain
だっ
I've
た。
ever seen.
あんな高い山は見たことがない。
雪山で何をしてたんだ？
わからない。夢の中の俺は山頂まで登ろうってことしか考えてなかった。
山頂にいいものでもあるのか？
さあな。自分でもらしくないと思ったんだ。理由はうまく言えないが。
So maybe these people are experiencing like the memory of. Yeah, maybe. So maybe these meteors are all falling from the same constellation. And the people who touch these meteors are like viewing this person's memory or something.
確かに精神支配に似てますね。
Or they're like glimpsing this person's fate, maybe?
そういえば、寒いとか歩けないとか言ってた人たちも雪山にいるってことか？不思議だ。早くモナに。
Yeah, let's see what Mona has to say about it. She would know best.
モナ、聞いてきたぞ。高くそびえ立つ雪山。そこから闇が芽生えているわ。雪山？それだけですか？
Yeah, people keep talking about a summit.
高くそびえ立つ見たことのない雪山。とても寒くて夢の中の人たちは
Is it someone's fate or is it someone's memory? Like the person who.
山頂まで登ろうとす
The
る。
person's constellation?
一体どんな人が山を登ろうとしていたのでしょう。その上他人に影響を与えてしまうほど強い念などありえるのでしょうか。雪山に迫害を受けて死んだ者がいるのかしら。
もしくは雪山への挑戦を渇望するものでしょうか。
もう一度やってみます。
Okay. What did it say? So it is all the same constellation. I wonder why this person, Leonard, why his constellation was falling. I don't recognize that name either.
Hi.
Not him coming in and saying hi. You can't sit with us. Oh. Oh shit. Mona knew. Okay, she either knew him or she's... Oh, his official name card. Oh shit.
長官またも異変が今回の隕石は今までで一番大きい
キリがないなまあいい行こう目標変更だ優先すべきは隕石の収集と研究
長官あの3人はお任せください
僕の話を聞いてなかった僕がいつ勝手に判断する権利を与えた
Jesus
申し訳ありません
行け使命を果たすんだ
Wow, so Mona sensed that Scaramouche was about to, like, attempt... I guess not another attempt, since technically when I first met him, that was much later in canon. But his first attempt on our life. Oh shit. So she knew he was a harbinger. Agreed. Wait, was this other than Senora? Maybe is this the second harbinger? Oh wait, no. Wait. When was the child Leeway arc?
認めたくありませんが
先生術の天才モナ様よりもお強いと
まさか実力では負けるかもしれませんが先生術なら私の圧勝
Okay,
ですよ
so yeah, I know, but he is very powerful.
そういえばボージョロ館の周りにもファデュイがいたよな
This isn't good. Why do the Fatui want? What do they want with this? I'm sure they want to try and weaponize it somehow. I don't know. Scaramouche didn't seem. It seemed like he was surprised. Like I don't know if I don't know if he summoned it. Yeah. Does it? Do we have the power to do that?
オズバルト・ラフナビネスどう思う
可能性はあると思います
同等の対価を投じれば不吉な種はどんな場所でも芽生えてくるファデュイ覚えておくわ
You know what? This is true. They will, if they can afford the price, they will pay it no matter what the cost is.
我が優秀なる部下よ闇の侵食からあなたを守るため部下を貸してあげるわ
Okay.
私のことですね
いやいや今の戦闘力のままで十分バランスがいいと
Wait, but Mona didn't answer. Do we know if he was able to pull I don't know if Scaramouche summoned it. Or maybe someone else did in one of the other harbingers, and he's the one investigating?
必要ありませんむしろあなたたちの方が危険なので私が守ってあげたいくらいです 当たり前でしょ。まずはトラブルを解決しましょう。悠長に構えていたらまた巨大な隕石が落ちてきますよ。
God, I think Scaramouche is going to be there too. So maybe one of the other Fatui harbingers. Sorry, I'm just going to skip through it. The traveling part. Oh, whoa, it's floating. Maybe Scaramouche was sent to investigate.
今までにない強い元素力を感じます。
漆黒弱滅の根源が降臨したわ。あのファデュイは元素力が目当てってことか？可能性はあります。そうなると他の生き物もこの力を狙うはずです。
Interesting that the meteors have such strong elemental power. Like high key. That's so interesting. Considering that we know that like visions are gifted from on high as well.
ちょうどよかったです。寂しいですが言わなければなりませんね。
And visions channel elemental energy. Interesting.
あなたは勇気を見せてくれた。この風もあなたを称えるために吹いているわ。なんで急にお別れなんだ？
大隕石のせいで昏睡現象がひどくなっています。各地で人手が不足しているようです。
Oh, okay.
お嬢様と私は患者たちの世話を担当するゆえ、あとはお任せします。
Well, it was nice hanging out.
あなたは最高の聞き手だったわ。普段私と一緒に行動する冒険者たちは多くいるけど、そのほとんどがオズの偵察を目的としてた。今回の旅は素晴らしい冒険の旅だった。こっちだって最後まで。フィッシュルの話し方いつもと違くない
Yeah, it seemed like her accent dropped a little bit. So she is just pretending.
ついうっかり普通に話しちゃった。
つまり勇敢で知恵のあるあなたたちならどんな困難だろうと梅雨と消えるでしょう。
オズの通訳が逆になってるぞ。
So wait, is Oz an actual creature, or is Oz literally just a manifestation, like is Fischl constantly using elemental energy to create Oz? Since he seems to be made out of electro.
断罪の騎士よ。みんなを闇から光の地に連れ戻すのよ。誰が従者ですか？
またお会いできる日を楽しみにしています。すべてが終わった後、酒、お茶でもしましょう。
You said sake? Yeah, to a bunch of... Well, I don't know. The Traveler's not a kid. Maybe Mona's not a kid either. Fischl seems young, though.
それよりいいお知らせです。新たな発見がありました。
What did you find out?
大隕石から採取した砂塵を占いに使ったところ、とある情報が見つかったのです。この隕石には1000年以上の歴史があり、レーナルトは昔の人であることが分かりました。
What?
隕石は彼の意志を運び続けました。つまり1000年以上もの間、彼の願いはまるで弱まることがなかったのです。山頂に登りたいと絶望する人間、きっとあなたと同じ冒険者だと思います。
Oh, so... Oh, interesting. This is in line with our Inazuma arc and like wishes and people's like wishes and will having like tangible effects and or power that manifests in like the material world, and that the Traveler like in the Inazuma arc channeled those things.
もし隕石に願いが乗せられているとなると、フィッシュルの言った通り、それは呪いです。
A curse. Wow, so they were laying the foundations for the Inazuma arc even now. With the wishes and will having other people's wishes and will having effect.
とにかく 呪いを解きましょう。
On the material world. Interesting. Because his will is being transported by his constellation, by all this elemental energy, just like how in Inazuma, people's wills and wishes were translated through their visions, right? Isn't that like kind of similar, like the elemental energy? I don't know. I think that's really cool. Alright, there we go.
そういった名前の冒険者は何人もいましたので特定はできませんね。ですがレーナルトという方が書いた本を知っています。
Oh.
一度図書館に行ってみてはどうでしょう。
He's from Mondstadt?
作者レーナルト。レーナルト。あった。レーナルトが書いた本は図書館1階の北西側にあるらしいぞ。
Okay. He has a whole book written about him, or he wrote it? So it was written by him. Oh. Wait, why is all of this redacted? We got censorship in Mondstadt? Lisa, what's this? Mountain somewhere. Body and mind. Alric. Kindred spirit. Gemstone. Ooh. The tribe. Leg, bad shape, 2 fingers. Now give up. Alric, limit too old, bitterly cold. Funeral for him. Blizzard's no sign of stopping. Broke again. Fracture. Oblivion, barrage of hailstones. Clawing back onto the mountain. Wall of ice. Crevice, luck run out. Old wound. A year. Jeez. So all of that was like... Maybe it wasn't redacted, it was just like unlegible, like you couldn't read it since he wrote this, right? I'm assuming it was not technically redacted, it was like maybe, I don't know, like if he wrote it by like with his hands, maybe it's just illegible. Weird. Very weird. We couldn't garner very much from it though.
まあそんなことだろうと思いました。普通の先生術師ならここで諦めるでしょうね。しかしこのモナは未来の先生術を担うもの。これぐらい不足している部分を正版で推算して解読すれば。読み終わりました。どんな内容なんだ？想定通り、レーナルトは2000年前の冒険者です。とんがり帽子山という雪山に登るのが彼の夢でした。
Oh, Pilos Peak.
じゃあ、あの隕石はそいつの命の星座？彼の命の星座はある原因で召喚されました。この点に関しては
So the Fatui have the power to summon people's constellations?
確かにあいつら変わったことばかりするからな。隕石にある元素力は暗示という形で周りの住民に影響を及ぼし夢を見せました。私の考えが正しければ隕石の中には革新のような存在があるはず。それがレーナルトの精神の結晶です。仮に私がレーナルトでしたらきっと夢見ていた場所に行こうとするはずです。とんがり帽子山にあるってことか。
Wait, where is this Pilos Peak though?
でもどこだ？聞いたことないぞ。私も初めて聞きました。本にあった地図と今のモンドの地形を比較すると、とんがり帽子山はもう存在しないことがわかります。雪山が消えるなんて ことありえるのか？風神バルバトスは人々のために氷雪を飛ばし、モンドの地形を変えたとそう本で読みました。かつての山は海に沈んでしまっているのです。しかしそれほどの高い山であれば海中に沈んだとしても何かしら痕跡が残ります。その痕跡とは海面から顔を覗かせる山頂部分です。そしてマスク礁と言います。
Musk Reef. Wait a minute. So Venti just what? Just did some landscaping one day and used only the wind. He used the wind to just chop up. Oh, it's the abyss place. Oh, that's sus. That is so sus. That the peak of this mountain that Venti chopped off is the abyss reef. Oh my gosh, that's weird. That's sus. That's so sus. That is so sus. Venti, what the hell? Scaramouche.
へえ、これがとんがり帽子山ですか。小さくなりましたね。先客がいるみたいだぞ。ここは観光名所なのか？
Hello, we should be on high alert. How do you not recognize him?
あ、お前。
What? 君たちか。
あの様子、まさか夢から覚めたばかりか？
Wait, he didn't faint.
自力で目覚めるなんてありえないです。
Oh shit.
君たちにできないことが
Fuck you.
僕までできないとは限らない。
Oh gosh, this guy has done so much heinous shit. Not yet, I guess, technically, at this point. Well, maybe. We don't know what he's done in the past.
そうカリカリするな。今日は時間がない。また今度にさせてもらうよ。
今まで雪山の夢の中にいましたよね。レーナルトのことはどれくらい知っているんですか？
レーナルト？何のことだ？まあいい。今はザクを気にしている場合じゃない。気づいてしまったんだ。恐ろしい重大なことに。
あ？
星空自体巨大な嘘なんだ。
Wait, what?
嘘？どういう意味ですか？モナの先生術を否定する気か？でもそこまで言わなくてもいいだろう。
The stars are a lie.
それに夜に空を見上げれば星が見えるじゃんかよ。それが嘘なわけないだろ。
甘すぎるよ。君のせいじゃない。少し前まで僕もそう信じてたから。
What the
少し
hell?
前まで？それって
君たちの話に付き合ってる暇はない。道家なやつ。こんなにも僕に任せて事前に発見の可能性を教えないとは。僕を驚かせたかったのか？今から真相を確かめなければならない。失礼するよ、青2歳ども。
Wait. Whoa. Okay. We got a lot of information just now.
今青2歳って言いましたよね。私を甘く見るなんて天才の怒りを教えてあげます。
Okay. Okay, Mona. We'll get in line. We have beef to pick with him too.
すごい戦いぶりだったな。私を怒らせた罰です。当然です。パイモンもそう思ってますよね。ねえ。そうだな。
Okay, so can we stroke your ego later? We have more important things to discuss.
聞こえてますか？ファデュイの執行官。
Oh, he's more than that.
でも先ほどの彼は嘘をついているように見えませんでした。師匠が先生術を教えてくれた時に言っていた偽りの空には他の意味があるのでしょうか。
False sky. Taught to talk about. Wait, so she knew about this concept
さあ仕事しましょう。
of a false sky? Whoa, wait a minute. I need more answers than that.
ああ、これが確信か。他の隕石とは少し違うな。なんか
It's shaped
明るい
oddly.
感じ。
Wait, why does it look like it's a
この石から凄まじい
Nemo?
元素力と意志を感じます。確信で間違いありません。ええ、壊さないとみんなは目覚めません。この確信が事件の根源ですから。
This core.
頑張れ。
Okay.
縄があれば山は登れる。イカダがあれば海は渡れる。40歳までわしはあらゆる秘境を踏破した。とんがり帽子山はわしの冒険を終わらせた。いや、それだけではないかもしれない。わしは年を取った。かつてわしは幾度も山のふもとで果てしない雪に敗れた。それはまるで弱点のない獣、世界の残酷さそのもののようで、わしは怯えた。勇気を失った冒険者は高い山を登れなくなる。わしは山登りをやめ、大きな夢を見始めた。人類は自然を征服するために道具を発明する。そして何度も何度も改善を重ねる。足でたどり着けないなら道具を使うのだ。道具でできないことは翼に力を借りよう。親愛なる友よ、この未完成の翼の設計図は託したぞ。未知を前に人類は力を合わせる。生きていれば人類にたどり着けない場所などない。わしに残された時間は多くない。だが風はまだ訪れない。しかしわしらは、あるいはその子孫、弟子、友人の中にそこへたどり着ける者は必ず現れる。
Whoa, wait. Did he create the glider
こういう
wings?
ことだったんですね。
Whoa.
人類の信念が1000年間も存在するとは。ああ、先生学はやはりすごいですね。なんで急にそんな結論に。星と交流することで全ての秘密が見えるからです。もちろんそれができる先生術師はそうそういませんが。
Whoa, wait. So
ぎゅ
that's
急に
that's
ど
a
うしたん
big
です？
lore drop too, that you can essentially read
そういえば
history if you're good
フィッ
enough
シュルは
at
不思議な人で
astrology.
したね。
She's like the least of our concerns right now. we have so many other like more important things to discuss than Fischl. Including, I don't know, the fact that you said that we can read history in the stars, or maybe that the sky is false, a false sky, and it lies, which means that the history you said you can read from the stars might not be true, right? So, can we talk about that, maybe?
そうかもしれませんね。ただ、とんがり帽子山が小さな島に
And that this peak happens to house the abyss entrance. That's really sus. And that Venti did this. Did he do it to make the abyss accessible? Or did he do it? Why did he do that?
それで喜ぶのか？きっとこんな結果は予想外だったろうな。 けど今のモンドの人々は風神の助けでみんな飛べるようになった。翼を手に入れた人々はもっと
The fact that, yeah, this guy is a Mondstatter and he created wings to fly just like his Archon could fly. That's poetic right there.
これで冒険者協会の依頼も無事完了したってことだな。
Okay, so Venti technically wasn't in this event, like physically, but I just wanted to quickly talk about him before we get into Scaramouche, Mona, and Fischl. The fact that I just feel like this needs its own section, because the fact that he sliced a mountain, like completely destroyed a mountain, okay, with just his power, just his wind, is unimaginably impressive. That's like on par with Zhongli in terms of like Archon ability, okay? I only say this because Venti has said multiple times, like, he poses himself as the weakest Archon, and he's always trying to present himself in this very unthreatening way, that he's like silly and he doesn't ever take things seriously, and he doesn't really present himself as a threat. But then we hear stories like this where he slices a mountain off, and the fact that no one had reached the peak of this mountain, but at the peak of this mountain we can assume the entrance to the abyss was. So did Venti cut down the mountain to make the abyss entrance accessible to people? I don't know why he would do that. Did he cut the mountain down? Like, we don't know why he did it. He obviously did it after Leonard, right, passed away. We don't know how soon or long term. Like, we don't know how quickly he cut the mountain down after Leonard passed. But that is very suspicious. There's something going on. Like, I always knew with Venti that there's like a deeper, like, he's definitely hiding a lot of things, and he's more powerful than I think he wants us to think he is. Because, like I said, cutting a mountain down, like rearranging the landscape like that, that's like Archon power. That's Archon power equal to like Zhongli, with like rearranging mountains and pillars thrusting into the sea. Like, it's the same kind of power level. So I don't know. I think that's something to definitely keep in mind and take note of. The fact too that Leonard created these gliders is, I think, what was being implied, right? That he created the wind gliders. I think that's so beautiful. And the fact that Venti is always depicted in, whenever we see the montages of him as in his Archon days, with like the cherub like outfit and the wings, the fact that a Mondstatter was the one that created the glider to emulate his Archon's wings, his Archon's freedom, and it just again embodies Venti's principle of freedom and adventuring and all this stuff. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of thematic poetry going on with that, but I don't know. I just wanted to quickly mention this because I think it's significant that the Abyss entrance, Musgrave, was at the top of Pylos Peak, and the fact that Venti cut it down and that now anybody can access this, that's something to take note of, you know, for sure. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Mona. So Mona, I think, is pretty integral to understanding a lot of the concepts that were introduced. It's really interesting to see the foundation for like the Inazuma arc even being laid in these early events, because I know these happened like technically before Inazuma even came out. So the idea of someone's will, right, or their wishes, dreams, all this synonymous stuff being carried, or at least preserved in like elemental rocks, an elemental vessel, we should say, is a very interesting theme. And the fact that Inazuma expanded upon this, and it wasn't meteors, but it was people's visions, which are gifted by the heavens, right? And they are they channel elemental energy. So it seems that in some way elemental energy can capture and preserve, or maybe even power, like as a battery for these visions in some way. Maybe there's some kind of feeding force. I'm not sure. I think it's really interesting concept, and I'm sure it'll be expanded upon even further in once we get to Sumeru. But it's interesting to see those foundations being laid, and that Mona was able to kind of decode some of that. The whole concept of the false sky, I'm going to talk about Scaramouche in a second, don't you worry, but Mona said she wasn't completely surprised by, well, when Scaramouche said, like, the sky is a hoax, the stars are a lie. Mona didn't seem like that. She was surprised that he seemed to know that, but she said something about her being taught, like when she was being taught by her master, I'm assuming, that she was taught about a false sky. So that leads me to believe that she's familiar with this concept, which is interesting considering she said that, like, if you're a good enough astrologist, you can essentially read history because you're able to read people's wills. You're able to read people's wishes or determination that are carried in their constellations even years after they're gone, which is peculiar. And so if you're saying that the sky is false, does that mean what you read in the sky is also false? Or like what's the how do those two things interact? Is it like a yin and yang kind of a thing? Like, do you have to take one with a grain of salt, or like, I don't know, like, what does that mean? I'm really curious to know what all that means. And the fact that Leonard's will was able to be carried through like 2,000 years. That's a long time. That's well before the cataclysm. And the fact that Venti cut down the entrance to the abyss before the cataclysm, like, I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the invasion or the cataclysm, whatever happened, like Venti making the abyss accessible, or I guess putting the abyss down from the from the peak and somewhere, I don't know, maybe there's something to do with that. Like, I mean, it's just something to keep in mind. But Mona talking about this false sky is peculiar. I want to know more about that. She also seemed to have, she took interest in Scaramouche's ability to bring himself out of the, I guess, the vision or dream or memory or, you know, overall determination that Leonard's, you know, soul or spirit, she said, put people under. So like when people touched the meteors, they were like overcome essentially with Leonard's determination and his wishes. And it like, it made them see visions of like what he most wanted in life. And the fact that Scaramouche pulled himself out of that without much, I don't know if it costed him, I don't know if it took a lot of effort or not, it was hard to tell, but the fact that he did it unassisted, like, that surprised Mona. I wish she would have spoken more about like that. She kept talking about like Fischl. I was much more interested in the heavy lore drops we were getting. So I understand why these events are so important to watch if you're genuinely curious about the Genshin story and lore, because this is a lot. We learned a lot of things, and again, it's so interesting that a lot of these concepts Mona presented to us were expanded upon in the Inazuma arc. So speaking of Inazuma, let's go ahead and chat about Scaramouche. So I think canonically this is the first time the Traveler meets Scaramouche, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously when I played through it, since I didn't play through this event, I think I got a different cutscene, a slightly different cutscene with Scaramouche than people who played the event did. Like, I think it's like a slight difference. I think if you played the event, Scaramouche like greets you like, oh, hello again, or something like that. But since I hadn't played the event, Scaramouche introduced himself, and we got his name card, like his Harbinger title card, when we first met in Inazuma. But it's interesting that there's more context now. It doesn't explain his actions in Inazuma very much, though. Maybe there's definitely sparks of like the beginnings of a motivation, maybe, because the vision hunt decree that the Fatui enacted, Scaramouche wasn't directly involved with that, but he was involved with the distribution of the fake visions, right? And the information he found out about the meteor didn't go towards helping them make delusions, I don't think, because I think they were already doing that. But him being involved in the distribution of delusions, maybe his understanding of maybe them being able to copy the will or the spirit that overcame people who touched the meteor. Maybe that information is somehow used. Scaramouche mentioned a jester. I'm assuming, because I know all the Harbingers have like code names, right? So the jester, I'm assuming, is one of the Harbingers. From the way Scaramouche was talking about it, him or her, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, they seem to be in charge, because it seemed like the jester sent him here. So he's above Scaramouche, at least, in the Harbinger food chain. So maybe he's the leader. But the fact that the Fatui already knew about this, that the jesters seem to already know about this false sky, because Scaramouche made this really quick comment before he turned around to talk with Mona and the Traveler. He said something about, like, did the jester send me here to, like, fuck with me? Did he send me here to, like, realize the truth? Like, he made some kind of comment like that. Obviously he didn't curse, but you know what I mean? Like, the general vibes from that comment was along those lines of, like, did he send me here just to prove this to me, just to open my eyes? The Fatui are more formidable. I mean, I already knew that they were a problem, but the fact that the Harbingers, at least it seems that the Harbingers at the top of the food chain seem to know a lot about Teyvat in general, is very concerning. And that even Scaramouche, as awful as he is, and as much as he seems to have learned, his superiors already knew, which seems like a problem. Which is very, very, very concerning. Because this idea of a false sky and the Fatui being able to summon, this was not confirmed, which was also kind of frustrating. Like, Mona was talking about Fischl instead of us discussing, like, the fact that the Fatui, I don't know, can summon meteors, from people's constellations. I feel like that is a huge fucking deal. I don't know why if they did summon the meteor shower, why they summoned Leonard's. I'm not sure why if they were they able to choose who it was, or, like, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of questions there of why they chose Leonard. If they could choose, if they couldn't choose, how did they summon a meteor shower in the first place? I don't know. I think it's all very bizarre, very concerning, and I am very desperate to learn more about that, because the implications of calling down the stars, can they call down the constellation of people who are still alive? Like, what would that do to a person? I feel like that would be really, really bad. Leonard has been long dead, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of questions that have been raised, a lot of interesting new themes to add to the world building lore. Scaramouche is still awful, and I still hate his guts. The fact that this is the first introduction he got all the way back in 1.1 or 1.0, or the first, whenever this event was, the fact that he was introduced in this first event. I can see how there's a lot of hype around him, because I was looking up stuff, and like his presence in Inazuma was like a huge deal to a lot of people, because it's the first time I think he shows up in the Archon quests. I'm not sure if he shows up in more events. I guess we'll see in the next couple of weeks, but I don't know. I hate his guts, but the information that he learned is concerning, and I'm worried about what he will do with this information in the future. And just to reiterate, he learned possibly how to control people's will or determination, or maybe not control, but utilize or manipulate people's wishes, determination, dreams, maybe, I don't know. So all those three words are kind of synonymous, right? And they're used interchangeably a lot in Genshin. So those three things he seems to possibly have the ability to control or to manipulate in the future. Since he was able to bring himself out so easily, he seems to have power to rise above or resist what the average person could not. And we didn't see any vision bearers interact with the meteor. I mean, obviously the Traveler, Fischl, and Mona traveled around them, but they never touched the meteors, I don't think, like the other people did. So I don't know. I don't know what would happen if a vision bearer touched the meteor. I don't know if the same fate would befall them as like an average person without a vision, who were like overcome with the will and wishes of Leonard. But I'm wondering if in the future Scaramouche will unfortunately find a way to manipulate people's wills or wishes or dreams or whatever the heck. So very concerning. But we're gonna go and quickly talk about Fischl. I know I was giving her a little attitude during the quest. I don't think she's like a bad person. I think she's probably very young, because the way she's like, it seemed that she was pretending to be, because at first when she introduced herself and she's like, I'm a princessin from like this other realm, I was like, my first reaction was to believe her, because I was like, oh my gosh, what? Because you never know what to expect in this game. But then it seems that she's just like making it all this shit up, which is a little odd. I don't know why she's doing that. And then once I realized it was just all her just like making it up, it became just a little aggravating. Because I was trying to, like, we were trying to figure out this mystery, and she was just like doing all this extra stuff when people's well-being were on the line. So I can't like, fully hate her or anything. I'm not saying that. It's nothing that serious, but I don't know. I just felt like she was very frivolous, and that kind of energy, I feel like I wouldn't have minded as much. Like, her frivolity wouldn't have bothered me as much if we weren't doing something that was like a very intense time sensitive thing where like people's well-being were at risk. Obviously the people who were asleep ended up being fine, but we didn't know that they were going to be fine. We didn't know if they were dying. Like, we didn't know anything. That she would prance around and like talk about all this crap that doesn't exist, and I don't know. Again, no, I'm sure some people enjoy her. I don't really know much about her, so if we learn more about her in the future, I think that's why I'm kind of iffy and just more like confused. I don't know why she is the way she is. So maybe once we learn more about her, if she's in possibly future events, then I'll have more to say. But honestly, from what I've seen, I just got such a shallow, frivolous first impression of her. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Those aren't really qualities that I value in a person. Yeah, I mean, maybe in the future we'll learn more about her and I can give a more hearty opinion on Miss Fischl the Princessin. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you did, as always, I very much appreciate you spending your time with me. It was nice to finally get some canonical roots with Scaramouche, because I know because I remember when I was in my Inazuma videos, And I was talking about Scaramouche. People were like, he's in a lot of events. Like, this is the first time the travelers encountered him technically. They have history, which is why they're so, like, the traveler has so much animosity towards Scaramouche. And I understand why. Scaramouche tried to kill us many times before he tried to kill us in Inazuma. So I think it's interesting that Scaramouche was introduced so fucking early, and seems to know a lot of core things about Teyvat. Learned those things, I guess, alongside us, right? Because he was sent to investigate. Scaramouche's eyes were opened alongside our own. Obviously, Scaramouche seemed to get more out of the interaction than we did because we didn't really get to investigate very much, but it was still interesting to finally get to see like canonical early events, because if all the events are going to be like this, like lore heavy like this, I'm very, very excited. And I feel like these are going to fill a lot of holes in my knowledge of Teyvat and like characters and stuff, because I feel like the Archon quests don't fully cover everything, which is odd, because those are like the main story quests, right? But I'm glad to watch these. I'm excited to watch more of them because I feel like a lot of holes in my knowledge are going to be filled by these events. So I'm very excited for that. I stream every Friday for the most part, unless there is some sort of, issue, or I move it back, or I stream earlier in the week. I let everybody know in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord and lurk, if you don't want to interact, that's totally fine, no pressure. You can just hang out if you want, or if you want to chat and talk about, there's so many fun things coming up. We have Fontaine coming up soon. We've got Sumeru stuff you can talk about. So all my links are down in the description. So if you would like to check those out, you are very much welcome to. If I don't catch you live on Friday, then I will see you in the next one.